Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that I promised to do a little while ago, and I have finally got around to doing it, and that is showing you guys my Makeup Geek collection, specifically the eyeshadows. I've only got like 3 blushes, so I didn't really see the point of obviously doing a video just for blushes, for 3 blushes. Their blushes are great, by the way, but their eyeshadows are second to none in my opinion. They are the best eyeshadow brand on the market. I've tried so many different brands, but Makeup Geek is one that I always go back to, always repurchase, always go out of my way to get, always get excited every time they bring out something new. And I've pretty much got most of their eyeshadows, I'm not gonna lie. Now, firstly, I've still got I've got tonsillitis, so that's why I sound a bit weird and my eyes are a bit red, so I do apologise. And just to let you guys know that I have filmed this makeup look that I'm wearing today. It's a holiday, festive, Christmas inspired makeup look with lots of glitter and red lips and greens to go with my top. My sweater is from H&M. Back to Makeup Geek now. Now, Makeup Geek is a company which is owned by Makeup Geek off of YouTube. If you type Makeup Geek in, you'll come to Marlena's channel. And she is one of the first people that kind of became really popular on YouTube. She started back in the day when not a lot of people were doing beauty videos and that sort of thing on YouTube. Now everybody does them. And yeah, so she kind of expanded herself as a makeup artist and then started out her own makeup brand, and she started out with eyeshadows. Now their eyeshadows are really affordable. They only cost a couple of dollars, which is great, but then they don't compromise in terms of quality and pigmentation and range of colors as well, and different types of textures, which makes them so amazing. Now you can order them to the UK from the US, which is where they're based, but they always carry a customs charge, unfortunately, and that always depends on obviously how much you purchase. Now recently I've been using the company My Box, which is a US based forwarding company, to ship their eyeshadows over to me. Recently in the UK, the company beautybay.com are the first UK retailers of Makeup Geek eyeshadows. The first time they released pretty much all of the range, they sold out literally within a day. And I've just literally looked on their Instagram page now, and a couple of days ago they updated their Instagram page to say that they have restocked everything. So go ahead and have a look, see what they have. Obviously, because they are so popular and because everybody wants to get their hands on them, especially in the UK, because it's so difficult to get, like the reasons I mentioned, a lot of people are going to buy them again and they're going to sell out again. However, they are the first UK authorized retailer, so just be patient, they will restock. It's not like any of the eyeshadows are temporary or limited edition or anything like that. They're all permanent. Now, I have been buying them steadily since she first launched about 2-3 years ago now. I can't even remember how long it's been. And her range has got bigger and bigger and bigger. And obviously Makeup Geek expanded out into blushes, brushes as well. I've got a couple of their brushes which are excellent. And they are soon to be releasing contouring products as well as eyeliners as well. If you watch Marlena's channel, you would know this. One thing that I love about Makeup Geek's eyeshadows, they come in pan form. And or the ones I've bought have come in pan form, is that they're magnetized already so that you can already use them in Z palettes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you what I've got. I'm not going to obviously be able to swatch all of them because there's too many to swatch, so I'm going to try and figure out how to do this. So these are 3 Z palettes, big ones. These 2 are full and this one is half full, and then I've got a tiny little one here. Don't ask about the organization. There is no method to my madness. It is literally, I have put them in here as I bought them. And the reason why this one is like half full is because these are the most recent ones that I got. I got these ones recently from Beauty Bay, which is why they're kept separate. I don't know if I'm the only person who does this sort of thing. I keep my new makeup separate to my older makeup so that I can remind myself that this is new. This is what happens when you're an addict, basically, because you have to remind yourself of something that you bought last week, yesterday, today, whatever it is. So the only way that I can remind myself that these are new is by keeping them separate. So Makeup Geek eyeshadows, again, I think all of them are excellent. I have not had an issue with any of them. The only time I've ever had an issue is maybe using 1 or 2 which are almost exactly the same colour as my skin, therefore it doesn't really show up as much, but generally I tend to use those as base shades. Now they have matte eyeshadows, they have foiled eyeshadows which are brand new, they have duochrome eyeshadows as well, they also have pigments. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to start this. Okay, so I've rearranged a load of things and I've decided that the best way to show you this is in the order that I bought them previously. So these are all the ones that I've bought beforehand. These are the ones that I've owned the longest. And these are probably some of my favourites, but I am going to show you guys my absolute favourites right at the end. So these are all like the neutral shades, the very soft crease colours. I love Chickadee, it's probably one of my favourites. And so I'm going to just go through all of them and show you what they are. This one is Cocoa Bear, which is named after Marlena's boyfriend, now husband. And it is an amazing warm brown shade. Everybody needs this. This is Frappe, another warm toned lovely crease shade. I use this a lot. Creme Brulee is almost invisible against my skin. I tend to use this as an overall eyelid shade or as a brow bone highlight when I want something quite natural up there. Peach Smoothie, it's almost the same as my skin tone, but I tend to use it quite a lot as an all over eyelid shade. Whenever I mention an all over eyelid shade, that's normally what I tend to use to like almost set my my primer. Primers can sometimes leave a little bit of residue, can be a little bit sticky, take time to dry down. So I tend to use an eyeshadow which is almost the same as my skin colour to almost blank out and mattify that entire area, making it nice and smooth so that when I apply other shades on top, they blend a lot more easily than if there was nothing on there at all. Latte is another one which I use a lot. This is a cool toned brown, but again, it's a very subtle, amazing shade to use as a transitional crease colour. Beaches and Cream is another one that I tend to use as an all over lid colour because again, it shows up almost invisible on my skin. Chickadee is one that I use a lot. It is an awesome yellow toned orange shade, but it's not too in your face, but it's in your face enough to use as a crease colour for like greens and purples. Mango Tango is an amazing almost coral, deep coral shade. It's got a hint of shimmer to it, so it's more of a satin shade, and I tend to use this all over my lid. Bitten to Me is another must have. This is a gorgeous burgundy shade and it's matte. It's great to use as an outer V colour to deepen up looks with greens or purples and even blues. Shimmer Shimmer is an awesome ivory shade. This has got shimmer, well, as the name says, it's got a bit of shimmer to it. I tend to use this as a tear duct shade, but mostly I use this on the brow bone, so it is one of my most used products. Cinderella is a gorgeous baby pink shade, and it's great to use for really subtle looks on the eye. I use this mostly on my eyelid when I don't want a full-on makeup look. Bleached Blonde is probably my least favourite out of all of the ones I have, mostly because it has got a bit of shimmer to it, but it doesn't really show up that much on my skin, and then I end up having to pack it on quite a bit, and that kind of defeats the purpose for me of having to apply something. So I find this one actually quite sheer. So this is one that I don't recommend. Pixie Dust is an awesome green colour, a yellowy green. I tend to use this a lot in the summer. It's got a lot of pigment to it, and it just gives any eye look like an extra pow kind of factor, you know, that pop of colour that everyone likes to have. Wisteria is actually the first shade that I ever bought, and it's again my most used, to the point where I've actually bought another one as a backup. This is probably one of my overall favourite ones. It's a gorgeous lavendery shade, but it's not as powerful as it looks here, and I tend to use this mostly on my crease. I actually only use this on my crease, and it looks amazing on all skin tones. Cosmopolitan is a gorgeous corally copper shade, and it's got a shimmer to it, so it's kind of a mix between a shimmery satiny shade. Moondust is your kind of average taupey grey shade. I haven't used this one as much, not for any other reason than I've just got so many, so some do get neglected. Rockstar is a grey shade with a duochrome pinky purple mix to it. I actually remember the reason that I own two is because I bought the bundle of the duochrome shades, and that just happened to be a repeat in it, which is a shame because I wish they would have just put a new one in there. But this one is a gorgeous, I use this on the lid, and I tend to use something darker in the crease, but because it's got that duochrome effect, it really gives a nice kind of pearlescent look to the lid. Unexpected is an amazing greyish colour with a hint of purple to it, and I tend to also use this as in the crease. It's not too in your face, so it works really nice as a transitional shade. So that is it from all of these ones that I bought in the first instance. I really love these. The ones that I recommend out of these the most are Cocoa Bear, Chickadee, Frappe, Latte, Bitten, Pixie Dust, Wisteria. Those are the ones that I would say are the must-haves out of all of these ones that I've just shown you. Right, so this next one here is 20 matte eyeshadows. Now this was a bundle which I believe is still available. It might be out of stock on Makeup Geek's website, so you get a good deal for it. So it's 20 shades altogether. They're quite cool toned, as you can see. I've used some of them but not all of them because it wasn't that long ago that these came out. Makeup Geek reformulated their eyeshadows, their matte eyeshadows, and they came out with these. All of the ones that I've used are absolutely excellent. Again, I've not had the chance to use all of them, but I will say that I'm very happy with all of these. This shade is called Fairy Tale, Vintage, Americano, Confection, which doesn't really show up that much on me because it's so pale. So I tend to use this mostly on my brow bone. It's not invisible against my skin, it's just that it doesn't show up enough, and the more I pile it on, the more grey it then tends to look on me. This is Carnival. I love this because it reminds me so much of Wisteria. This is called Stealth. This is called Bedrock. This is Concrete Jungle. This is Enchanted Forest. Not used this yet, as you can see. This is called Boo Berry. I've not used this one yet either, but it looks amazing. This one is Mocha. And I'm sorry, I just realised that Mocha is not part of this matte bundle. It's actually one of the first few eyeshadows that I bought in the first lot that I showed you. So ignore this one in terms of being part of the matte bundle. This one is called Mirage, and this was part of the eyeshadow palette. I can't remember what it's called. The eyeshadow palette that they released not long ago. I really like this to use as a crease, a brow bone shade, so that's why I bought it as a single as well. Not that I had a choice because it was part of the bundle. This one is called Curfew. This amazing reddish orange shade is called Morocco. This one is called Time Travel. This one is called Cherry Cola. It reminds me a lot of Bitten. This one is called Fiji. It's the only one out of all of them that has got a really slight amount of shimmer to it, but it still applies as a matte shade, which is why it's part of the bundle. This one is called Dragonfly, Motown. And yes, my fingers are getting dirty now, sorry. Sorbet is another shade that I can only really use on my brow bone because it's that light. I've not tried to apply it on the lid yet though. And this one is called Petal Pusher. I love this shade, it's gorgeous. Works really nice as a transitional shade for purples and blues. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is some of their foiled eyeshadows. Again, these have not been out that long, and I again bought these as part of a bundle when they were first released. There were 10 in this bundle altogether. So there's 9 and there's one lowly little one here on its own. In general, I think these foiled eyeshadows are excellent. I have never come across any company that has done foiled eyeshadows in this same sort of way. They are so unbelievably pigmented that a little bit goes too much of a long way. If you can see my tear duct shade, it is one of these. It is that one there, which is called Untamed, I think. Not sure. But I am using that on my tear duct. I love them. These ones I cannot recommend enough. Even if you were to only get 2 or 3 of the matte eyeshadows to use in the crease, by all means get your hands on some of these. This one here, Pegasus, oh my god, it is so gorgeously unique teal shade. This one here as well is absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to show you all of these ones quickly. This one is called Charmed. This is the one that's called Untamed. Masquerade, Whimsical. This one is Pegasus, which I'm a bit heartbroken about as I just managed to stick my nail right into the side of it. Great, it's my blooming favourite one. This is Daydreamer. This is Fortune Teller. This is the one that I'm wearing in my tear duct. This is High Wire. This one is called Fantasy. and this one is called Starry Eyed. Shortly after the foiled eyeshadows were released, then the duochrome shadows were released. I didn't actually get any of the pigments, and from what I've seen online, the pigments actually seem to be a lot more duochrome-y than the eyeshadows. Now, the duochrome eyeshadows are very, very nice, don't get me wrong. They're very, very pigmented, very easy to blend, typically great in quality. However, I don't find that all of them are duochrome, if that makes sense. Some of them are more than others, and I did get again the bundle, and the bundle was a pack of 12, which again I think is still available on Makeup Geek's website. It might be sold out, but then it always gets restocked. This shade is called Karma. This one is called Secret Garden. To me, this just shows up as a pure deep forest green. I don't really get duochrome from this shade, but it is an amazingly powerful jewel tone shade. This one is called Karma. It's a gold with a hint of green to it. This one is called Typhoon. It's a green with goldish duochrome. This one is called Ritzy. It's like a greenish, brownish, goldish shade. This one is called Phantom. It's like an icy pink. This one is called Voltage. It's like a yellowy gold. Like a lemony yellow gold. This one is my favourite out of all of them. It's called Blacklight. It's an amazing duochrome shade, showing shades of purple and blue with a little bit of pink in there, depending on how the light hits it. This one is called I'm Peachless. It's a peachy pink. This one is Rockstar that I showed you earlier. This corally pink shade is called Mai Tai. And this shimmering brown looking shade is called Steampunk. On me, this just comes up brown, but with obviously lots of shimmer to it. Very, very pigmented. Whew. My god, this video is going to be so long. I'm so sorry, but my collection is that big and you guys did ask, so I'm sorry. Okay, so I think I've shown you most of them. So now the only ones to show you are these ones here. And these are the ones that I ordered via Beauty Bay when they came to the UK. So out of these, I got a mixture of mattes, foiled eyeshadows, whatever it is. So I got this foiled eyeshadow in the shade Magic Act. It's like a champagne-y colour, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Another foiled eyeshadow, this one is called Caitlin Rose. I've not used this one yet. This olivey grey looking shade is called High Tea, and it's a matte. This white matte shade is called Ice Queen. I got it because I only tend to use shimmer on my brow bone, and I wanted another brow bone shade. This one is called Corrupt, which is a matte black. I'd been holding off getting this for ages, but I thought, hey, why not? You've got so many other ones, and I just wanted to add it to complete more of my collection. This shimmery yellow shade is called Lemon Drop. This amazing raspberry pink is called Simply Marlena, after Marlena, the founder of Makeup Geek. This orangey red shade is called Poppy, and it's a matte. This shade is called Desert Sands. It reminds me a lot of Uninterrupted Pro Longwear eyeshadow by MAC, and again it is part of the Makeup Geek eyeshadow palette, and I loved it so much I had to get the single. This shimmery reddish shade is called Razzleberry. This shade is called Cupcake, another amazing shade to use in the crease. I love this. And then last but not least, I got this warm plummy burgundy shade called Last Dance. So that is it. I do have the eyeshadow palette, but I don't know where it is, and I really can't be bothered to get up and find it now and just make this video even longer than it already is. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. I hope you like it. Yeah, so these are all my eyeshadows, all my Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Makeup Geek eyeshadows to me are the best eyeshadows on the market. I absolutely love them. I can't live without them. I think they're excellent. I think they're good quality. I think they're a good value for money. The range is immense, and I really look forward to more eyeshadows coming out in the future. Absolutely love Makeup Geek. I love Marlena. I think she's gorgeous. She's so sweet. She's so lovely, and she's so genuine. Anyways, so if you've got any more comments, any questions, any more recommendations, you think I should get more, do I really need more? I can always do with more. Who can't do with more? We're addicts. This is how we roll. Anyways, so I will see you all in the next video. Bye.